Namaste dear children, welcome to class 4 social studies subject. You all are performed well in the PT3 examination, and in the PT3 examination I have asked a question until the lesson 10, and today I will start the 11th lesson, water resources. See, water resources, page number 66. By the end of this chapter, you will know plants, human beings, animals need water, the main source of water, the main means of irrigation in India. Water is precious and we should not waste it. These are the points we will come to know after the end of this chapter. After reading this chapter, those points we will come to know. Now, can you imagine a day without water? See, each and every morning, what you will do when you wake up in the morning, will go to washroom and then bathroom. In bathroom, we first touch water. Okay, na? In order to wash our face, we use water. The beginning of the day will start with water. Can you imagine a day without water? Drinking water, that is most important. Besides drinking water, we use water for many purposes. You all know that point. Water is very essential resource on the earth. Without water, we can't live. Next point. All living beings need water to live. Not only we human beings, but all the living beings, animals, birds, insects, plants, trees, all living beings. These are all living beings. They need water to live. We need water for drinking, cooking food, washing clothes, and many other things. Plants and animals also need water. This is the importance of water. And this chapter is about water resources. In this first paragraph, we come across what is the importance of water. We can't imagine a day without water. Next pair. From where do we get water? Okay, water is very essential for our life. So, where do we get water from? The main source of water is rain. Rain is the main source, Moola. Rain brings water to us. Sometimes it does not rain in a few parts of our country, or a few areas do not receive sufficient rainfall. This sentence is about Rajasthan state, where a desert area. Sometimes it does not rain in a few parts. Few part means Gujarat state and Rajasthan state contains these few parts, or a few areas do not receive sufficient rainfall. Sufficient rainfall means sufficient, enough rainfall. We need that much amount of water from rain if that may not happen, few areas, this happens some years, we get enough rainfall. In some years we won't get enough rainfall, lack of rainfall. And some years that rainfall makes floods, creates floods. This is common, this is natural. It is a change in the climate that makes a falling of rainfall. Next point, different means of irrigation have been started by our government to reduce our dependence on rainwater. Different means of irrigation ನೀರಾವರಿ, different means of irrigation, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ನೀರಾವರಿ ಪದ್ಧತಿಗಳು have been started by our government, ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, to reduce our dependence on rainwater, depending on rainwater. Okay, when rain comes we can store rainwater in ponds, lakes, in building dams, we can store rainwater. But in order to reduce depending on the rainwater, different means of irrigation have been started by our government. Which are those irrigation? It is in the next point. Three main means of irrigation used in India are, three means of irrigation. It is not types, it is means. First one, canals. Second one, wells. Third one, tanks. In India we get water through canals or through wells or through tanks. These are the three means of irrigation used in India. Star fact, nearly 97% of all the world's water is salty or otherwise undrinkable. Some of you may have visited sea, okay na? Near Murudeshwara in Karnataka, Udupi, Mangaluru, those are places very near to the sea. So who have visited sea, if you drank the water of sea, that is very salty. You can't drink that sea water directly, that is undrinkable. And this percentage of undrinkable water is in the world, okay na? Or you may consider in the world means on earth, 97% of water, 97% of water is salty, undrinkable. We can't drink 97% of water on the earth. See, earth contains how much water it contains. In that amount of water, sea, oceans water are not used for drinking purpose. So that is what you do with those water. You can't drink that water, and you can't use that water for washing clothes or for bathing purpose or for washing our face. You can't use that water. That makes irritation, that creates irritation on skin if you bathed in sea water or ocean water. That is because of the presence of salt in them. Okay, next point, another 2%, 97% is undrinkable, salty. Another 2% is locked in ice caps and glaciers. Ice caps, northern pole, southern pole. Those poles, two poles, northern pole, southern pole, south pole or north pole, and around that pole area, polar region, polar area, polar region we call, that region contains ice caps, glaciers. Glaciers is nothing but a very big rocks of ice is called glacier that floats in water in the sea, that floats, but it is ice. Very cold climate, north pole, south pole, around that poles area is contains ice, that is 2%. The 2% of water is in the form of ice and glaciers in the north pole and south pole. Okay, totally 97 plus 2, 99%. Next point, that leaves 1% for all our needs. Only 1% of water is available for using whatever purpose you may use. You may use it for drinking, you may use it for washing clothes, you may use it for cleaning the dishes. That is what we use in our daily life. On the earth we are using drinkable water or fresh water is 1% only. 99% is locked or unusable water, not fresh water. Fresh water is only 1% on the earth. Almost 70% of the available fresh water is used for agriculture. Okay, among 1%. See, on the earth 1% fresh water is there in the form of rivers, lakes, ponds. These water, that is, if you consider on the earth only 1%, river water, lake water, pond water, or whatever water you saved in your house, stored in your house, that is only 1%. In that 1%, 70% of water used for agriculture purpose. See, irrigation, agriculture, we use 70%, and rest of the 30% we use for household purposes or for factories or for drinking water. On the earth 1% is fresh water is available, and in that 1% 70% is used for agriculture purpose, and 30% only we are using for our daily life, daily purposes. That is 30%. This is the importance of water. This is the figure of water on the earth. It is calculation on the earth, what percent of water is available, the water, where we get water from, and how much water is on the earth, and how much percentage is in the ocean water, how much percentage is in the ice or glacier, and how much percentage is in river, pond and lakes. Next point, canals. This is a means of irrigation used in India is canals. CANALS, canals. Channels are dug to divert water from the rivers or dams to the fields. Channels, CHANNELS, channels. Channels are dug. Dug is a past tense of dig, 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 agiyodu, bagiyodu, dug, dug, dig, dug. Channels are dug to divert water from the rivers or dams to the fields. River is moving in its own direction. you can't change reverse moving direction, but you can change by digging channels. Okay na? Rivers floating in their own direction from the past years. So we can't change the original direction of the river, but some percentage of water we can change, divert water. Some percentage of water we can divert. How? By digging channels. You might have seen in Hospede many channels are there. Okay na? Basavanna channel is one example. Those are channels, and in those channels water is flowing na. That water is from the river Tungabhadra river only. That water is flowing towards other fields. That channels carry water to the fields. Those fields near the river can directly take water from the river, but those fields which are far away from the rivers, what they do? So channels are dug to divert the water from the rivers. It is a main purpose of digging channels is giving water or making water facility to the fields, because our India is main occupation of Indian population is in agriculture. Most of the population of India, those are agriculture. Okay, na? Farmers they are. Farmers are more in India. So in order to grow crops in the fields, we need water facility, and that water facility can be arranged through digging channels. This is the important of channels. These channels are called canals. These channels are called canals. The canals can take river water to very distant places. These canals can take water, river water, to very distant places. Distant places means ದೂರದ ಪ್ರದೇಶ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಡಿಸ್ಟಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್, ಭಾಳ ದೂರದ ಪ್ರದೇಶ. ರಿವರ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನಲ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಟು ದ distant places, so many kilometers, hundreds of kilometers. Canals are dug and they carry water to the different places. India has a very good network of canals. India has very good network of canals. Canals are built in order to supply water to the distant places. You have already read about the Indira Gandhi Canal that provides water to a large part of Rajasthan. Yes, in the 4th chapter, the desert. In the 4th chapter, we have come across, we have read about this Indira Gandhi Canal. Okay, that provides water for the large part of Rajasthan. Rajasthan part is nothing but desert area. Most of the part of Rajasthan is desert area. In that desert, people are living, and in order to provide water for those people, Indira Gandhi Canal was built. We read this about in the 4th chapter. Some of the main canals of our country are: first one, Sirhind Canal. I will tell you where Sirhind Canal is. Sirhind Canal is constructed to the river Satluj river in Punjab. It is in Punjab state. Sirhind Canal. It is constructed to the river Satluj river. Sirhind Canal. Second one, Agra Canal. Agra, the name itself says Agra Canal. Agra Canal is constructed to the Yamuna River at Okla. Place name is Okla. And that Okla place is 10 kilometer to the south of New Delhi. South of New Delhi, Okla place is there, and that Okla place, at that place, Yamuna river is flowing. From that place, Agra Canal starts. That canal starts from Yamuna river. Where is that point? Agra Canal. Starting point is south of the New Delhi, 10 kilometer south of the New Delhi, 10 kilometer to the south of New Delhi, Agra Canal is located. That is Agra Canal, near New Delhi only, south of New Delhi. Third canal, Buckingham Canal. Buckingham Canal. Where is Buckingham Canal is? Buckingham Canal is in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu state. And some information about Buckingham Canal is it is 796 kilometer long freshwater navigation canal that parallels the Coromandel coast of South India from Kakinada city in the East Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh to Villupuram district in Tamil Nadu. This Buckingham Canal starts in Andhra Pradesh, East Godavari district, Kakinada city. Okay, na? That is the starting point of the canal, and ending point is Villupuram district in Tamil Nadu. See, Buckingham Canal. What is the length of the canal? Is 796 kilometer. That is the length of the canal, Buckingham Canal. And fourth one is Indira Gandhi Canal. You know about Indira Gandhi Canal. It is providing water facility to the large part of Rajasthan. We have read about Indira Gandhi Canal in fourth chapter. And this picture is about Sirhind Canal. First point, Sirhind Canal is nothing but this one. This is all about canals. Next point is wells, tanks and dams. If I complete those 3 points, then this chapter will finish. Water resources, it will finish in the next class. Today this is enough, I think so. I have explained all the lines and how I have provided some information about some 4 canals. Dear children, read this chapter and listen to this video and be happy, be safe in your home. Dhanyavad.